Welcome to battle number 1 of the quarterfinals set of the winner's bracket of the FnF Victory Road Season 2 Draft League. This is going to be a battle between Edgar's team, which is Moondrinkers, versus Quest's team, which is Verocious Victini. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available in this battle is Mega Aerodactyl on Verocious Victini, and then the Z Pokemon we have are Garchomp with Z Any Privilege and Braviary with Z Attack Privilege. And then on Quest's team, we have Azelf with Z Any Privilege. This is going to be a very interesting set because these two faced off in the beginning, and both have made changes to their team since then. Edgar won with a score of 6-0 using Reuniclus, but actually Reuniclus was traded away for Florges. So this is going to be interesting. He doesn't have Reuniclus this time, and Quest has made some changes to his team as well. He is using Pokemon from his original team, but this will definitely be a really interesting matchup. We're going full circle back to the first matchup of the league, showing how far both of these trainers have come. We'll see how it goes, and I'm really excited. A few notes. I think that Heliolisk is going to be really valuable in this matchup for Quest, being able to pivot quite a bit and hit a few Pokemon hard. It is probably going to be holding, is probably going to know Hidden Power Ice to deal with Garchomp, so that's going to be something to definitely watch out for. Azelf could be very valuable as well. I think Edgar's defensive core of Florges and Cofagrigus is going to be extremely effective, and he will be able to use that very nicely. And then depending on the moveset and item of Garchomp can also work out very well for him. So those are a few Pokemon that I see working out well from the get-go. But let's jump into this and see how it goes. This is the second set of the quarterfinals in the winner's bracket. In terms of leads, I'm not sure who we'll see go first. I'm thinking maybe I don't know if a Garchomp Stealth Rock lead. Edgar has been using Garchomp as a late game sweeper lately, so maybe Garchomp, but maybe not. For Quest, I think that Heliolisk does look like a pretty good lead. Azelf could be a good lead. The leads are going to be really interesting because Quest has quite a few options. Actually, we have Accident, the Cofagrigus versus Bomber, the Empoleon. It does look like Bomber is going to have a good time in this lead scenario, being able to set up Stealth Rock. Oh, but actually Heliolisk is going to come in, and Accident goes for the nasty plot. Interesting. Right off the bat, we see Cofagrigus boosting up. Volt Switch is going to do huge damage, though. 49% as Misty is able to switch out into a different Pokemon. I'm guessing it's going to be Empoleon. Empoleon did switch out, but maybe now with the knowledge that this is a boosting Cofagrigus, it might come back in. But actually, no, Rex the Aerodactyl is going to come in, might take big damage. Hidden Power is going to do decent damage, 46% versus Rex. If Rex attacks Accident, I think Accident might be able to live an attack from Rex even in its Mega form, but when it attacks, Mummy will activate, making it lose its Tough Claws. So that's something that Quest is going to have to take into consideration. Accident is boosted up 2 stages, and it is a pretty defensive Pokemon. And the Crunch is able to take down Accident, but those Tough Claws do go away, and Mega Aerodactyl is not going to hit as hard as it normally would. This could be a good segue for Golduck coming in, or maybe Nihilego. Even Garchomp could come in this scenario. The thing, Golduck needs to be very careful as long as Heliolisk is alive, because Dry Skin does allow Heliolisk to absorb water moves from Golduck. So right now, this is a very tempting scenario for Golduck to come out, but I don't think the water move would be conducive, especially considering there are quite a few switch-ins. Empoleon could come in, and I don't believe Golduck gets Focus Blast, so it's going to have a hard time breaking through Empoleon as well. I do think Edgar's weighing his options on who should come in. It does look like Garchomp could be a good pick, especially if it has coverage to deal with Mega Aerodactyl. It losing its Tough Claws, it's not going to want to stay in and take a hit from Garchomp, and nothing really wants to switch into Garchomp. Nihilego could also come in with Power Gem, but Empoleon will be able to switch in very easily to it, and if it's choiced, that's going to be a disadvantage state for Edgar. Yeah, tough scenario. It does look like Nihilus the Nihilego comes out. It's been a while since we've seen Nihilego. Edgar not using it as much in the latter half of Season 2, but still a very potent Pokemon, very good at sweeping, especially in the late game, thanks to Beast Boost. The big question is, what will it use? It does seem like Power Gem would be the best option in this matchup, especially because even without Tough Claws, Nihilego's not going to want to take a hit from Mega Aerodactyl. Its defense stat is pretty low. It does have reasonable HP and it can live nicely against special attacks, but defense is not very, it's not its forte. The option for Aerodactyl also to use Earthquake could hit really hard, but actually Generog is going to come in and Dumbo the Donphan comes in. Donphan does have access to Ice Shard, which will hit very hard against Garchomp. I don't think it'll hit, I don't think it'll KO Garchomp, but it will do big damage, and Donphan is relatively defensive, so it will be able to hang on quite a bit, even from Generog's hard-hitting attacks. Quest's willingness to switch Donphan into Nihilego makes me wonder if Donphan has an Assault Vest. And Generog's going to go for the Swords Dance. Dumbo goes for an Earthquake, and that's going to bring Generog down to 46%. Dumbo does have Sturdy, so no matter how high Generog's attack is, it will be able to live a hit. Earthquake brings it down to 77%, but Dumbo does have the advantage here, having access to Ice Shard. I'm guessing we'll see Edgar switch Generog out, not wanting to get hit by that Ice Shard, and maybe Golduck comes in. Even at +2, Donphan took that Earthquake pretty easily, but actually no, Edgar does not switch out, and down Garchomp goes. Dumbo's going to regain a little HP, up to 36% HP now. And I'm guessing we'll see Golduck come in now. One thing that Golduck can, if this is an offensive Golduck on the physical side, it could actually set up a Swift Swim, and then with Brick Break, it could do some damage. I'm not sure, because even with a super effective fighting move, not sure how much that's going to do to Empoleon, but it'll be interesting to see what Golduck can do. The score is now 4-6. Another big question is, will Jorge the Braviary be able to take out Dumbo? Because that could be some picking off happening there. Looks like Jesus the Golduck is going to be the next one to come in. Quest does have quite a few switch-ins. Heliolisk, which has a good special defense stat and dry skin, and Empoleon, which can quad resist Ice Beam and resist any water move. It's all going to depend on Golduck's coverage. If Quest switches something else into Golduck, looks like Bomber the Empoleon's going to be the switch in, and Jesus goes for a Rain Dance. This Rain will power up Bomber as well. Cross Chop is going to do some decent damage, bringing Bomber down to 57%. Interestingly, no leftovers recovery, so Bomber might have a different item attached. Well, it does have a different item attached. The Cross Chop doesn't do more than half, so even if Golduck finds a way to come in again, it might be tough for Golduck to take down Bomber. Nihilus is out now. Considering how much Empoleon was able to take that Cross Chop, I'm thinking this is maybe a defensive Empoleon, so it might not have Flash Cannon. I do think it probably has Scald, so Nihilus is still not going to want to take one of those. Edgar could switch back into Golduck, but Empoleon might go for some Roaring again, anticipating that. And one of the risks with Cross Chop, it does have a high critical hit rate, but one of the risks with Cross Chop is the fact that it can miss. Versus Heliolisk, Cross Chop will do quite a bit of damage. I think it might even KO it. I'm not sure if it'll one-hit KO it, but it'll do big damage because Heliolisk has a very low low physical defense stat. The big question here is, does Nihilus risk it all? It can. I do believe it learns Earth Power, so if it goes for the Earth Power, or the Thunderbolt rather, it could do big damage to Bomber. But Bomber goes for Aqua Jet. Interesting! So we have a physical Empoleon. That is very interesting. Lots of really cool developments in this battle. Lazuli is here next. And it might have to be a little careful if Bomber has a physically attacking Steel move. So far, we only know 2 of its moves. Interesting Empoleon set. Both Roar and Aqua Jet. I honestly didn't expect either of those. Okay, and it looks like Tapu Bulu is going to come out, and a Wish is now up for Lazuli. So I believe all of Edgar's Pokemon are at full health. Braviary is going to come in, Jorge, and that Wood Hammer is going to do massive damage, 90%, but Jorge is able to recover to 61 thanks to the Wish. So the grassy terrain is up, and a Brave Bird is going to take down Kuryu, bringing Jorge down to 37% HP. The score is now 4-5. Tapu Bulu is one of the Pokemon that was standing in the way of Golduck, but there's still quite a few Pokemon that threaten Edgar's team. Misty is here. I do believe it'll go for the Volt Switch, so Edgar can switch out, but then Quest will have some momentum being able to switch into something else. I think we'll either see Florges or Nihiligo come out. Yeah, Nihilus comes in to take that Volt Switch. It does 31%. And once again, we do see that Misty has a Life Orb attached. So little damage from that life orb. I'm guessing Empoleon's going to come in since we did see it had Aqua Jet earlier. And Grassy Terrain is still up despite no grass types being left in this battle. But grass moves will be boosted still. And additionally, HP will be regained as well. So actually, Wily comes in. Or Willy, I never know which one it is. I actually think it's Willy because Wily would be with one L. So Willy, the Azelf, comes in. I do believe it outspeeds Nihilus. It does outspeed. The big question is it specially attacking or physically attacking? Physically attacking would be bad news for Nihilus. Special attacking, even then, a Psychic could hit pretty hard. And that Z move is going to be powered up. Shattered Psyche doing 41% to Lasley. Lasley takes it in stride with the leftovers and Grassy Terrain. It's able to recover quite a bit. I'm guessing we'll see a Wish go up. And Willy uses U-turn to pivot out. And we're going to see Heliolisk come in now. Another pivot with Volt Switch. I'm guessing into Empoleon to take a predicted Moonblast. I think Quest is going to have a really hard time taking down Lasley. Dumbo actually comes in and Moonblast is enough to take it down. Score is now 4-4 and Lasley's going to receive its Wish. With leftovers, it goes back to 96% HP. This is going to be really tough for Quest to take down Lasley. I think Mega Aerodactyl is his best bet. The rest of his Pokemon do seem to be special attacking. If Willy is a mixed attacker, it could do quite a bit. But he's going to actually go for the U-turn, pivoting out into Empoleon. And Moonblast is going to hit, taking Empoleon down to 41%. Wish is up, and the Roar is going to bring in Braviary. Braviary can go for a superpower, though, especially if it has the Z superpower. Possibly take down Bomber and receive that Wish at the same time. Actually, it's going to go for the Roost. So Ice Beam will not do super effective damage because it has roosted, and now Jorge is back at 100% HP. And Heliolisk comes in. If it uses superpower, yep, down goes Missy the Heliolisk. Superpower hitting both of them very hard, but now Jorge has that attack and defense drop. Rex comes in. Nothing's going to want to take a hit from Rex. If Rex can power through Florges, then Quest can turn this battle in his favor. It's still not over for him. Edgar has seized some of the momentum, and the momentum of this battle has been shifting. Quest had it in the beginning, now Edgar has it. Quest can get it back if he manages to turn this around with Aerodactyl. I think his play would be going for a Home Claws, and if Aerodactyl has Iron Head or Stone Edge to hit Florges extremely hard, that could be enough to turn it around. Especially knowing that Jorge doesn't have a Choice Scarf, it's not going to want to stick around with a drop in its defense, a drop in its attack, and with Rex out being looking very threatening with the ability to use Stone Edge. Indeed, Florges is the one to come in. And it's actually Earthquake that hits, doing 32%. I guess that Quest was expecting Nihiligo to come in. Stone Edge still would have hit Nihiligo really hard. But Lasley is in a precarious situation right now. Earthquake won't be able to two-hit KO, but I think Stone Edge definitely will. It looks like Rex actually goes for the Home Claws, and Lasley is going to go for a Moonblast, bringing Rex down to 22%. But Rex is looking pretty scary with that attack increase. Stone Edge is able to take down Lasley, and the score is 3-3. Nihiligo comes in. This could be the Scarf Nihiligo. I'm not sure who's going to come in versus Nihiligo. Maybe Empoleon. Yeah, Empoleon is the one to come in, and a Power Gem is going to hit, doing 18%. Not enough to take down Bomber, so we might see Nihilus switch again into Golduck. This is a 3-3 score. This match is really even right now. I think Edgar still has quite a bit of an edge because Jesus is alive and well, and Azelf's going to come in. Rain Dance is up. This looks like Jesus can go for a sweep with Swift Swim. Liquidation brings Wily down to 6%. A Psyshock is going to do 38% to Jesus, not enough to take it down. And another Liquidation brings down Willy. Score is now 3-2, and Jesus is looking pretty comfortable. Will outspeed Mega Aerodactyl in the rain and be able to use Liquidation. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. Empoleon is the last Pokemon standing. Will Empoleon be able to take out Jesus? Aqua Jet's not going to do enough, especially with that Citrus Berry, but a Cross Chop's going to miss. And now the rain is over. Aqua Jet's still not doing enough. Cross Chop will do enough to take down Empoleon, and that is a 3-0 victory for Edgar's team. Moondrinker's over Quest's team, which is Verocious Victini. What an interesting match. Quest seizing the momentum in the beginning, Edgar taking it back, then Quest taking it back, and then finally Edgar taking it back with that Swift Swim. Rain Dance sweep by Golduck. What an exciting match. Really, really interesting. I really think that Quest can turn it around in battle number 2. Edgar still can hold on to this victory as well, and maybe get another victory in battle 2. Both of these teams looking really good. Definitely a closer battle and a much more exciting, fast-paced battle than when they met in the regular season. So these playoffs are looking really great. So stay tuned for the next battle to come. It's going to come really soon, and I hope you enjoy it. These two, of course, will have 30 minutes maximum to edit their teams as much as they like before the next match goes. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then.